Going on, everybody? Welcome back to Two Drunks in a Bottle. We're your two drunks.
I'm BB.
I'm Hunter. Today's bottle, Jameson.
Man, you picked a rough one, and I already know the story you're gonna want me to tell on my side.
Please do.
I already know which one it's gonna be. How are you guys doing tonight? What's going on, Polly? We got this thing going, bud. Glad you could tune in. We will be. I will be patrolling SAFR tonight after this. So feel free to join their Discord and such. Phil and all that group over there love to have you. Just I guess let's give a couple of updates before we start. So we will have one more guest on. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. He wasn't able to attend, but on the next guest won't be a live one, I don't think.
Right. Because the location, we're actually reaching out and traveling to them.
And then New Year's Eve will be our New Year's Eve live stream. We're going to start at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to go down to midnight or later. We'll see how it goes. We'll be in the squad Discord, so you'll be able to VC with us there. Hunter will add that to this description.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
So you're familiar with Jameson, but Jameson is not something you drink, right?
Jameson would not be a go-to for sure. It's good if I know that's what I'm drinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, like, as you know, Crown's my go-to. But Jameson would have to be right behind it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jack, I really do like and all, but Jameson, I don't know, it hits the spot. It's something I crave every once in a while. Jack, I pretty much have it all the time, so it's different with that.
So what got you started on Jameson? I'll let you tell what got, since this is your bottle.
Yeah.
You know, what got you started on it?
So with Jameson, I was pretty much trying different things out at the bar. Met someone who was a bartender, and they pretty much showed me different drinks, and they happened to show me Jameson. And the joke pretty much was, I was a redhead. You used to call me Ginger. You still do call me Ginger. I really don't care. That's been my name. That's what everybody calls me. But they pretty much were like, this is an Irish whiskey. You got to be, you haven't had to try it. So I was like, no, I've never had it. And the first shot, it was pretty rough. But I mean, they had me do a chilled shot, which that was one of my first experiences doing a chilled shot as well. Was Jameson. And the chilled shot was definitely a lot better. But what I usually tell people is the very first shot of Jameson, it kind of sneaks up on you, like it'll hit you. But once you get the second shot in, or the third, or however many more you want to take of it, it smoothens it out. But it was just something that was offered to me as a here, try this one, just because I wanted to try different ones to see if I liked it or not. Jameson and Crown were the ones that pretty much stuck out with me. Jack was something I had at an early age. It's usually the first go-to bottle that you get. So I mean, Jameson has been around for quite a while because it's been back when I first started drinking.
I don't really have what got me started on it. Outside of going ahead and starting a drunken story.
I mean, I think we pretty much started with the same thing. It was like we tried different stuff and liked what we liked, But I mean, Jameson, I get it's not yours.
All I can give you is drunken story on it for sure. What's going on, Hallie? Uh, Glad you made it.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so as for Jameson, hang on a second, Hallie. Let me go ahead and make you. I've got one moderator already in the lobby, but let me go ahead and add you as a moderator. All right. Sorry guys, that's my sister-in-law. Glad she can make it and help do a little bit of moderation.
Appreciate
This crowd, specifically one of our super moderators, Decoy NDA, aka Old Timer. uh, he likes to get rough and rowdy, you know.
Definitely.
That guy knows how to party. So like I said, the only way that I could give anything on it is to just tell the drunken story. So me and my wife were getting married, uh, and you guys threw me a bachelor party at Fox and the Hound.
Yep.
Uh, those of you that don't know what Fox and the Hound is, which is no longer called Fox and the Hound, it is now called Champs.
Huh.
It is no longer Fox and the Hound, or Fox and Hound. It is no longer that.
Look into that. Yeah.
So, anyways, went there for my bachelor party. You guys showed up late. You and our other buddy, y'all showed up late.
Yeah. Because you had people from work.
Yeah, people from work had went up there and met me up there. Corey had met me up there. Mm-hmm. And the first question asked, need to know why I'm not a moderator. Hang on, Polly. Gosh, dang. Everybody's just going to be a moderator tonight. Here, Polly, you're a managing moderator.
Decoy NDA. Curious comment?
Yeah, he does not with an evil Grinch smile. Freaking, that's the meme thief king. So it's the bachelor party. You guys were late and everything, and someone asked me. They said, "Well, since you're getting married and this is your bachelor party, what do you want a shot of?" And I've always been a Jack guy. I love Jack Daniels. I don't shoot it anymore. Like I'm just not a shooter. And they were like, "Well, what is your choice of shot?" And I said Jack Daniels. So the only way I can describe this is I honestly don't know what Jameson tastes like, and the only reason I say that is because when you take a few shots, which I had a few shots of Jack before y'all got there, I'd probably had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So after you're saying the third shot, normally everything's going to taste good.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to be feeling good.
Everything's smooth going down.
Yeah. So I couldn't tell the difference so I'm getting ahead of myself, but I so I don't know what it tastes like. So I can't really still I won't be able to speak on this. But anyways, so I had 2 or 3 shots. You guys show up and you're like, "What are you drinking?" And I'm like, "Jack." And y'all were like, "No." But you didn't say no to my face.
Personal.
Y'all make your way around everybody that's outside because we're all hanging outside at this fire pit, and y'all are making your rounds around all these guys, and you're like, if he asks for a shot or if y'all buy him a shot, buy him Jameson. And so next thing I know, I done had probably
you had quite a few.
I was going to say 5 or 6. Do you think it was more than that?
I'd say about 7 or 8, being safe.
Yeah. So had all these shots of Jameson.
I mean, almost back to back too.
And all I remember is getting sick, and I thought I got sick inside of their fire pit, but apparently I spewed on the outside of it.
Yeah,
like they veered me away from throwing up inside of their fire pit.
Yeah, they pretty much pushed you out the way.
I puked all in their bushes. I do remember we talked the waitress into giving me a T-shirt that night, and then me pouring my beer into. I asked for a spit cup because I did, so I asked for a spit cup. So this tells you I actually remember a lot of the night.
Yeah.
So I asked for a spit cup, and she brings me a spit cup, and I pour my. I guess was I drinking Angry Orchard that night? It had to have been. I wasn't drinking beer yet.
I guess so. Yeah.
I might have been drinking beer that night. I don't know.
I don't remember what we were drinking like beer was, but
maybe it was a mixed drink. But I remember I poured the drink into the cup.
Yeah.
And make it to the threshold of the business, turn around and is like, I made it out. And she was like, really? Really? Pour it out. And she's like, and I felt bad for you and gave you a t-shirt. And then it was like a month or two later, me and you had went back. And I was like, bet she doesn't remember me. And you're like, I bet she does. And she had overheard me and you talking. She was like, I remember you. Yeah. She was like, and don't do it again.
I remember that. But yeah, I was actually the person behind it. So when we got there, you were telling us, everybody's buying me shots. Y'all got to buy me a shot. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, what are you drinking on? And you told me Jack. I'm like, nah, he's not about to have Jack on my watch. So like, yeah, he's already said he's had a couple of shots with all these other people. I'm like, he's getting Jameson. So I started it and gave you Jameson. Our other friend, Colby, he was there and he was like, dude, you really gave him Jameson. I was like, he chugged it down, and your reaction to it.
You realize we teased this story?
Yeah.
Like this has been. Did we bring it up in the second one? Was that the episode? And we were like, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah.
And here we are, 7 episodes later.
Well, I think it was supposed to be like the 4th episode.
Because we weren't supposed to have guests on until after the 5th episode. That's what me and you had agreed on. But people had started asking and was like, how can we get involved? And so we evolved.
Yeah.
And it's been great.
Right.
We've watched the uphill climb. Like, woohoo, we've gotten a couple hundred views. But like to me that's a milestone. Like,
yeah,
we went from our first one got 70 views. It was every episode. It got more views in a quick amount of time.
Yeah,
and they've just grown. So, but to think that we finally, or to the episode that we had talked about and said this was going to be episode 5,
right?
But we've let so many people choose bottles, and we kind of veered off a little bit.
I mean, we were both kind of curious of what people were going to choose too.
We've stuck with whiskeys. The next episode is going to be the last of the whiskey for a minute. We're switching to clear for a little while,
for a good portion. Yeah.
So, do you have a drunken story on Jameson? I'm sorry, I cut you off as you were like telling your side of my story.
The only thing I was going to say was our friend Colby. He saw me do it to you, so he did the same thing, and then that was our idea. After that was
we're gonna this label.
Yeah, go for it. So we're like, you know what? We're just going to start telling everybody that's buying them shots, this is what we're getting for them, and
it smells so good.
Yeah, Jameson always smells good. It don't taste like it.
So just letting you know, we're doing double shot.
Oh yeah, I'm down. My bottle. He knows I'm down with Jameson. But we told everybody to buy you Jameson. Now we weren't expecting people to actually listen to us. We were probably like, yeah, they're just going to shrug us off and do their own thing. But I know at least 3 people were like, Jameson? Okay, yeah, we need 1 shot of Jameson. It pretty much just went down in a line. Everybody was like, yeah, Jameson. And your ass just steadily just gulping them down. That's not Jack.
So at one point I was like, that's not Jack.
Yeah, there was one point that you were like, that's not Jack. It might have been right before you threw up. Because I remember that it came down to it. Oh, yeah,
it smells so sweet.
Oh, it's not sweet.
Oh, I know it's not sweet. It's about to be a son of a bitch.
Yeah, it hits you in the back of the throat.
Yeah, she about to blow. She about to blow.
But going back to what you asked, though, to me, I
appreciate it, Hallie, for linking this to TikTok. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. So I've never had a drunken story with Jameson. I've had them like kind of start off with Jameson and kind of lead into like other drinks. But I've never actually just had too many of Jameson. And this is coming from me.
Well, boy, we'll have a drunken story next time. We're polishing this bottle off tonight, son.
Well, I'm glad you said it because that's what I was about to say was I've came down and had about this much of a bottle to myself.
Oh, I remember you telling me about
and me drinking that. So I guess I can tell that instead of a drunken story.
That was Hawaii, right?
Yeah. So I had a couple of buddies of mine. They had...
Sorry.
Oh, no. You're good on this one. Bring back memories, or
still get the sweetness, like the smell. To me, is how it tastes. Like, I got a sweetness off of her.
Jameson to me,
I don't know if my alcohol tolerance is getting back up and going. I'm trying to think of everything we've had so far. So the Bullet was stronger. Out of all the whiskeys we've had, the Bullet was the roughest.
yeah.
Uh, out of all the whiskeys. Because remember, me and you, was it the Jack Daniels? That we were like, man, this is gonna be bad. And then we took it and we were like, because it had been a while.
Well, I knew the Sean was like that. To where we were like, what just happened? Like we hit it, not so long ago, and then
Thanks, Jess, for getting us on Snapchat and Facebook. Appreciate it.
oh,
Damn, we got people helping us out tonight.
we're just all over the place.
Look at the moderators go.
I do remember us talking about the Sean though, and we were talking about how strong it was going to be, and then it was just nothing. I don't know if that was like maybe what you're thinking of, but that if anything, that
there was the shine. There was the shine.
Yeah,
but the shine was the least.
Yeah, so I'm getting at
harsh,
we figured it was going to be.
We figured that. Yeah, that was supposed to be the bad one, the one that was knock us on our ass.
We pushed it off for a while.
But all right, continue with your Hawaii story. I'm not going to interrupt you again.
So, I had a couple buddies of mine. They were off work. They'd rented a hotel, and they really just day drink all day. I had to work, and I remember as soon as I got off work, they kind of messaged me. Was like, "Hey, you got to come to this hotel. Like, we have drinks. Like, just come by, get what you want, and go do your own thing." So as soon as I got off work, I got changed out, went over there. It wasn't too far. It was walking distance, but it was still like a good 15-minute walk. But getting over there, though, I remember chatting with them. They're like, dude, we got something we think you're really going to like. Now, they knew I love Jameson. I used to tell them all the time, like, Jameson was my go-to. But they never really see me drink Jameson, not a lot of it anyways. So they were like, we got a surprise for you. You're really going to like it. I couldn't guess what it was just because I think they would actually get me a bottle. But yeah, they pulled out a bottle of Jameson. And at first, I'm like, wow. Like, they actually got me a bottle of Jameson. Come to find out, they had been drinking all day on just random stuff. They got to the Jameson, they couldn't finish it. They had a little under halfway. And they're like, who's going to be able to finish this off? So they called me. He was like, hey, come finish it for us. So I sat in the room with them and was steadily just sipping on the bottle while we were just bullshitting pretty much, just giving talk. And that was like the closest I've had to drinking like the most Jameson in one night. Now it won't be the most. I'm pretty sure I'll come back around and probably beat that record. But that was probably the closest I've had to coming to a being drunk or passed out on Jameson. So I hadn't done it yet, but who knows? It might happen soon.
Like tonight?
Like tonight. So if you haven't seen, we just mixed it with ginger ale. Bronson, not knowing a whole lot about Jameson, asked me, what to mix it with. If you are familiar with Jameson, you probably have heard the classic.
The old handy dandy ink pen.
Sounds good. If you heard of Jameson, though, you probably know that ginger ale and Jameson is like a classic. Now you're supposed to have like a lime or whatnot, but I'm not a big fan of lime.
You know what I should have got was some sour.
Yeah,
whiskey sour and put some whiskey sour in it.
That would have been bad
instead of ginger ale.
But I mean,
almost like a lemonade mix with it.
The only thing with ginger ale, though, like it's the classic. Like I've had it before, and to me it was smooth.
Ace, yeah, it was you that we were looking for, but not going to name any names of who didn't show up to their podcast tonight. Thanks for being in the audience, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
As you see, Plan B. Sorry again, got you again.
No, I was finishing up. I was just saying that ginger ale and Jameson is pretty much a classic. If anybody knows it, but yeah.
So, GTA 6.
Ooh. So you saw that, huh? The trailer?
Yeah, day early. Definitely saw it a day early. No, I actually didn't watch the leak. I watched the Rockstar announcement.
So you did like me. Okay.
Yeah, because you can't believe that shit. Yeah. I'm gonna wait until it comes directly from the source to know, like, okay, this is legit. Because there's been enough fan made shit over the last 10 years. I mean, the game released in 2013. Uh, and Rockstar has held it off for 10 years. They completely wrung it out as much as they could. It seen 3 generations of consoles.
Right.
Absolutely ridiculous. 3 generations of consoles. Now, in its defense, it did come out around the same time as the PS4 had come out.
The PS3, PS4 thing, I get that.
So I understood that.
Yeah, I get
now
that.
You've done ported it over to PS5 and you're continuing to try to make money off of it.
That's too much.
I'm so glad I'm done with consoles. Not currently in the market to buy a current gen.
The one thing that I was glad though, the one thing that it went to another system was the PC. I mean, everybody knows, we play 5M and stuff. If it didn't make it to PC, that would have never happened.
So I've got people that have been like, "Man, have you seen the trailer?" And it's like, that's going to be look at the graphics. The graphics look so amazing. Think about it. That is not the game. That is cinematics.
Yeah,
they did it to make it look good. It's not in-game footage.
Yeah.
It will look similar.
It's basically
it will have similarities.
Yeah, it's basically a concept of what they're trying to get.
It absolutely will not look like that.
No.
It's not gonna happen. Now they are a year out. Rockstar is notorious, and me and you were talking about this earlier. Rockstar is absolutely notorious about pushing games. They pushed Red Dead 2 twice, I believe.
Yeah, he's right.
Now they always push for an October release date.
Yep.
So they'll announce it early, say it's going to release here. It's going to release at this date. Now this is the first time that Rockstar has announced something almost a full 2 years.
Now I'm on.
That's kind of odd.
I'm on the fence about it though.
That they announced it almost 2 years to a T. It's kind of weird. Well, look what I found. What's up, boys? What's going on? That's a familiar face, guys. If you don't know who Hammy Games is, you need to get your life together because he has been on this podcast a few times.
Yeah.
Just remember that skull with the headphones that Hunter did not steal the image of. That guy right there swears that Hunter was not supposed to be able to do that, but
it was a completely different image.
It was a white or is a black background, right?
Yeah, mine was a black.
Yeah, yours was a black background. His is a white background.
I mean, it was see-through, like transparent.
Yeah. I don't understand of why he thought you would have. Yeah, I don't know. That guy. But anyways, so historically, it's just weird that they would say, okay, we're giving the 2025 release date.
Yeah.
Not a 2024, and go ahead and say, we're going to push it out. So, what are your plans?
So, I'm actually happy. I told you, I'm pretty much on the fence about this, to where it's not a bad thing. We've seen it happen with many other games, not just Rockstar, but Rockstar also. Is that they come out with an expectation. It's usually within a year. It could be all the way up to a year, but it's usually within a year. And as soon as that time comes, that game gets pushed back. Where there might be a couple of times, it always gets pushed back. It's never that actual date. So for them to do 2 years, I'm actually thinking that they're doing it for that reason. They're saying, hey, we're going to spend all this time. We were going to give out maybe to a year of it being ready. Then another year of we're going to look at all the bugs. Now I don't know that, but that's my goal.
I have a question for you.
All right.
So it's not GTA 6 related. We'll come back to GTA 6. I absolutely don't want to end that conversation. It's probably what the rest of this podcast is going to be about. There's something else, which you know what the something else is going to be. But Saints Row. So you were talking about buggy. You were talking about giving time. Have you sat down and finally played the new Saints Row? I still haven't played it because they finally released it on Steam, right?
Yeah. I have it on Steam. I have downloaded it. I have it
I
ready to
missed it
play.
by one day
Oh, the
of that
sale.
sale.
That's right. Yeah.
I texted you was like, I'm finally gonna get it. And you're like 2 hours too late.
Yeah.
It was literally hours of me having it, and you're
Yep.
like, you're too late. It's back up to regular
Yeah,
price.
because you texted me that morning.
I think I'm good. I haven't looked at it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on the Christmas sale on Steam. I'm pretty positive.
It could.
But have you finally sat down and played it?
So I have it downloaded. I played what me and you probably would call it.
Played the epilogue?
Yeah, no, the intro, prologue.
Or yeah, prologue, not epilogue. Prologue.
Pretty much, I would call it just the intro because it's usually just introduction to the game. Now, the prologue to me is something that's going to get you tied in with the story and all that mess. But I mean, yeah, I
So
intro.
Hammy Games again. If you don't know who that person is, get your life together. GTA 5 1 year delay. He bets that it's going to be pushed back until 2026. We're going to leave out your last end of your comment because we haven't made it to that side yet. I have a theory. You'll hear my theory. Me and Bill have actually not talked about this. Like we've talked about it, but I've left my opinion of it out. I've let the guys talk about it. You know when the group of guys get together, what that group is. It's that trouble guy. The decoy NDA, the one that just raises all kinds of cane, and he's just nothing but trouble. And then you got the ringleader right there, Hammy Games, and just causes all the trouble. Yeah. Like that guy right there. Who else? Oh, old Polly. He's just a follower. That's our what is it? Not bandwagon. What is it? What's it called when you follow a band? What's that called? It's not a bandwagon. It's
a groupie.
A groupie. Yeah, that's what Polly is. He's a groupie. Then we got Jess. She's a groupie. Definitely a groupie. She's team us.
So you married the groupie then?
So you've only played the prologue, so you can't give much. You can't give much.
That's not how he changed, right?
You can't give much opinion on Saints.
I can't because I only played. I'd give it maybe 30 minutes.
You probably watched more gameplay of that game than you played of that game.
Not actual gameplay, but more of like the content for it, like what can you do type stuff. But gameplay, I try to stay away from because I don't like spoilers.
So to go back to GTA 6, so we've hit that for some odd reason, Rockstar announced it almost 2 years early. Hammy Games is saying he's thinking it's going to be 2026. They're still going to push it out. 2025 is going to come around. They're going to push it out. Or are they going to push it out till October 2026? That is when Rockstar releases games.
Yeah,
is in October. It is known historically. Max Payne, all of them. Yeah. L.A. Noire, Bully. They all came out, as far as I can remember, in October.
Now, I say it like that. My birthday's in October. I'm pretty happy about stuff like that.
Think about this. And I asked this question. Let the audience decide to. Polly wants to know what the fuck is a groupie.
We'll tell you about it after.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in VC after, and we can throw hands. But shit, I shouldn't have made him a super moderator. Let me take that title away real quick.
One moment.
So I lost my train of thought.
So we're talking about it getting pushed out.
So I still lost my train of thought. Fucking Polly. Gosh dang it.
We're getting back get it what Bill asked or said about it getting pushed out another year, and it only releases in October. Just blank.
Just blank. Just blank. Not even close to I told you about my day. It's just my entire week.
The way I felt how it was kind of going was you were going to ask me if I thought it was possible that it will go into 2026. I honestly think it's going to come out in October. Of course, October, but I mean, of 25, though. just because it is 2 years out. Now, it's definitely possible it could go to 26. My thoughts on it, though, I'm going to shoot.
But are they going to push it? Are they going to push it all the way out to October 2026? Or are they finally going to say, you know what, we'll just release a game whenever? They're known to release a game in Q3.
Yeah, always.
Q3 is Rockstar's time.
Yeah, sweet spot.
Because Q1 they're going to show off at E3. They're going to show off at they're going to show off at E3.
Yeah.
Is E3 even still a fucking thing?
I think
watching that on.
That was my shit.
Oh, I remember. I know what I got my train of thought back because E3 talking about E3, and do you remember watching it? I'm gonna finish that though. Do you remember watching E3 on TV? Like, remember it came on Spike TV. It used to come on Spike TV next live set.
Thank you, Decoy and DA. That pretty much sums it up.
Hey, thank you for telling that. Moderate that super moderator, if you understood any of that. So you remember watching E3 on like Spike TV or True TV? Gosh, you giving me a life story. I got to look at the second monitor over here. Rockstar has lost 1% market share since the trailer released. Golly, 1%. Now, Bill, or my bad, Hammy Games, if you don't know who that is, get your life together. Rockstar has lost 1% market share since the trailer was released. October is the hottest profit point per quarter as it's the mid of the fiscal year. They know what they're doing and we're waiting pre-orders. Thank you for saying pre-orders because that leads me into my other one. After I finish, do you remember watching E3 on like Spike TV?
Oh, yeah, that was my shit.
Or True TV. I think it aired on True TV at one point because like Spike TV kind of dissipated and became its own little thing.
And eventually it made its way to what they call G4 until
G4, because that's where Cops had went for a little while.
I remember. But to answer your question, yeah, I 100% remember E3. That was my shit. That was watching.
Next question for all the oldies out there, and we're in this group of oldies because me and Bill actually did have this conversation. So 1% equals about 1.67 million this quarter that they lost. They lost over almost $2 million. Round that damn number up. They lost almost $2 million.
Now, so I wonder if that's something that's average. Like, do you see something like that happen a lot?
We're no longer console players.
Nah.
But are you going to go to the midnight release with me and sit at GameStop and hang out with all those cool gamers? Like back in the day, like 2013, we sat in line for GTA 5, and it was our senior fucking year of high school.
Yeah.
And we made our own senior skip day, but still skipped senior skip day.
Yeah.
But we made our own senior skip day, me, you, and Colby, and downloaded the game and played that damn thing and probably beat it that same day.
Yeah. If not,
I think me and you were working at Old Navy and Gap. You were working at Gap and I was working at Old Navy.
Yeah.
But I think we called out of work that day.
Yeah, I think we took one day off, or maybe we had a day off to get the game, like trying to download and all that. Because I don't know if you remember, like that was another step on its own, was downloading the game, taking forever.
Or is that when y'all went digital and I was the only one that went to the GameStop release? No, I remember it being me and you. Maybe it was Colby that me and you got hard copies and Colby it was me and Colby that went to the midnight release and you went digital that year.
Yeah.
You did not, you still went with us to the midnight release.
I had it on
so it had started downloading.
Yeah.
Pre-downloading.
Yeah.
But you were not the first that got to play though, because it didn't completely. That's before they let you completely download the entire game. They only let you download a certain portion. Because I remember that morning you were like, "I got it before you guys." And we were like, it was 11 o'clock. It started downloading at 11 for you.
Yeah.
and we were in line at midnight still, and you were like, it just started downloading.
Yeah. I remember it because I didn't stay up that night.
Do you guys do any of the audience remember that? Like you could go digital, but it wouldn't start downloading your game until 11 o'clock. And if you're at the midnight release, if your buddies got digital copies, boom. Are GameStops even still open? I know a bunch closed down here. Yes, GameStops are still a thing. I think I don't look for them anymore.
Think it's
There's the one over there by Dollar Tree still open.
I think we moved down to one now. I think we had two.
There used to be one beside the Malco.
Yep. I think
that one closed.
Yeah.
Is the one over by Dollar Tree still open? I don't know, honestly.
I think maybe.
We've been to a GameStop and probably
It's been a while.
no, it's open right now at 9 p.m. Till 9 p.m. guys. It's 7:39 Central Time. If you got to go to GameStop here in Mississippi, go ahead and hit that one up. They're open till 9.
I remember when we dropped down.
I'm not going.
No.
No way do I want to be sponsored by them. And you admit to working at Old Navy. Yes, that was not my first teenage job, but it was one of my teenage jobs. Hunter worked at Gap. So he worked for the sister company. So are you going to go to that with me? Or are we going to the midnight release just to go to it? Just for nostalgia?
I was going to say, are we going to get like the little card for the PC? It's like a little Steam card for it?
So you're bringing me to another point. Hammy Games brought it up earlier in this chat. Dollar Tree, GameStop, same thing. Just about they just about have to price their games for free. Hammy Games had hit earlier, and I left it out. He says multiplayer out in 2027. 6M. I'm gonna leave that out.
Yeah.
I just said it, but I'm not gonna finish that statement of what he said. But it's not gonna release on PC when it releases for console.
Right, which we're kind of used to that.
I don't care, honestly.
Now, he did say a 3 to 6 month delay. I actually think it's going to be longer. I think it's going to be at least a year. I don't think it's going to be 3 to 6.
Who said 3 to 6?
That was Hammy Games.
I never saw 3 to 6.
That's right above the Dollar Tree statement or comment.
GTA will release on console prior to PC release, so expect at least. All right, so.
So yeah, I'd give it a year. I wouldn't say 3 to 6 months. I'd say 1 year, at least.
I would like to take a pull up on that for sure, just to see how that one goes. Let's see if we can guess a date. I don't know. Rockstar, they're volatile right now.
Sorry, but we got comments flooding in, so we're trying to keep up with everybody.
So,
yeah,
Paulie's right.
Yeah.
They used to have one in every shopping center, and now he never sees them.
Yep.
They 100%. Are GameStop is a dinosaur. We still have a game exchange, which is to me better.
I'm glad we do. Yeah,
better than a GameStop.
Now, I'm pretty sure Game Exchange came after GameStop.
It did.
Okay.
Game Exchange, though, it offers so much more.
Oh yeah.
It gives you the nostalgia consoles. You can go back as far as you want to go back on consoles.
What gets me
plus all the games.
Yeah.
That they have. Do you know? Were you ever in Dragon Ball Z?
I never finished it. I was one of those that started it, got into it, and
do you know how much a copy of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 or Budokai 2 is?
Oh, you're talking about okay, yeah. I've heard about these, yeah. It's worth a lot.
You can go get it up there at GameStop for the last I priced it, it was sitting at like $80, $90 for a PS2 game. For a game that if you put one little fucking scratch in it, it's OV and it's not going to play right.
Well, that goes back to my game, like way back was Nintendo 64 Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's the same way. That game is highly wanted. I guess would be the best way to put it is that the prices shoot up, so a lot of people are wanting it.
So Hammy Games is really, I guess, wanted me to hit on this because it keeps coming up in the chat, and I've been saving it. So for one, 5M, we've got quite more years to be on 5M.
We're talking about the upcoming game, right?
So GTA 6.
Yeah.
You know Rockstar bought out CFX.
Of course, yeah.
5M people, I think people are under the impression that day one release we're going to have 6M. That's absolutely not going to happen.
No.
5M is going to be around for quite a few more years. We're still going to have the population that we have. People are still going to play it over GTA 6. We'll probably lose a little bit of player count for a few days, maybe a week.
Yeah.
Maybe two. I don't know.
Depends.
It's not going to be much. It's not going to be long because they're going to go straight back into where you can play with mods, you can play with scripts. As for 6M, I'm curious of how that's going to go because CFX, since they sold out to Rockstar, is Rockstar going to take that and try to make that their new online base?
So what scares me the most when game companies come after something like that, I look at Bethesda with Fallout and Skyrim. They saw the mod hype. They saw people going straight for a computer or console, which console was all them. So I'll stick with computer for now. They saw the hype on a computer, and they were like, "Wow, all these people are really just wanting to mod the game." So they made it possible through their own company.
They made it open source.
Yeah. My thing is with Rockstar, are they going to try and do the same thing? Are they going to try to have like a mod list where you can do that? Or are they just going to own CFX to where you have to follow their rules when you're coming up with mods?
I think so. People were worried about the 5M terms of services.
Yeah.
I don't think that the 5M terms of services matter as much as what the 6M terms of services are going to matter. I think they're going to limit 6M a lot. I believe that you're going to have to connect your Rockstar account to your CFX account.
Yeah.
That's going to be a thing. As of right now, you don't have to connect your Rockstar account to your CFX. It's connected to your Steam account. It's connected to your Discord.
There's a way to bypass all that stuff. Indeed, yeah.
You just have to own GTA 6 or GTA 5.
Okay.
Yes, it won't be free. You will have to pay to play 6M.
Yeah, if that's what they're calling it, yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. So the next question is, will I run a server? Hammy Games. Same question goes out to you. I'm going to ask the question, but I'm also going to answer my question. Will I run a 6M community? Probably not. In my honest opinion, probably not, because it comes straight out of my pocket anyways. And me and Hammy Games specifically, we don't make any money off of our communities. I think that 5M is still going to be around. I think that that's where it's going to veer off. Now, question is, can Rockstar, now that they own CFX, can they shut down 5M servers altogether? That's another question. Will we eventually, our 5M community, will we be shut down? So, Bill, you're saying 100 or 1,000% you will never let the fun die. So you're down for starting the 6M community. You know what? If Hunter wants to, Bill, if you're down, I know you start in about 10 minutes. You got a patrol. If you're down to hop into VC, maybe we can get him into. Will it be difficult to get him into VC real quick?
You can actually do it. It's all set up for it. All you gotta do is just sign in through Discord. Just pull it up and join VC with them.
So, Bill, if you'll meet me in the squad Discord in the VC, if you're down for it, I'd like to hear your opinion. Steve, if you want to hop into that VC as well,
yeah,
we'll take a couple of comments.
Yeah. Just make sure everything's muted. But it's not playing back too loud. So, I mean, as you guys can see, though, that are watching, this is something new we're trying. We're also going to try and make a channel for all this. Is that anybody can just hop into a VC with us. It's at the bottom. Should be already pulled up. Don't switch. It's have like an open channel for anybody that wants to join a VC with us. We're trying to connect with everybody as you see. You know, people are about to hop in with us. That's pretty much. Everybody's able to do a video chat with us. Understand that. So we're trying to have an open line. Reach out to more people.
Are they going to plug through your computer?
Yeah, go back to the other screen.
Well, how are we going to hear them? Because normally we hear them through the TV.
All right, give us just a moment.
Oop, I don't want to get in the way of the camera. Hang on, I got you. Sound settings. Or better yet, Hunter, let's put them on my computer. My computer's up.
Well,
I'll join Discord so that means you can hear them. But they'll be able to hear.
Gotcha.
Let you get beside me. Okay. So hand me game or tell Bill to wait for a second. Let me change my audio here.
No, y'all give us just a moment. We'll have you all set. Y'all have been talking. We haven't heard anything just yet. Give us just a moment. BB's about to join in so we can hear. As far as the chat goes, if anybody can say if y'all have heard them, let us know.
Better yet, I'll join on my phone. All right, Bill, can you hear us? Hang on one sec. All right, can you hear us, Bill?
Take them off there. I can go here.
All right, can you hear us, Bill? Yeah. All right, so, hang on, let me make sure our audio is good and it's picking you up.
That's what I was getting at. Because now he's. Yeah. He ended my Discord call and he's not on Discord.
Let me take you off the server, devil.
Back up on.
Gosh damn it. Technical difficulties. All right. Can you still hear me, Bill?
I can hear you.
All right, so if you don't mind, talk for a second.
All right, I'll do what you say. sky is black and the grass is
Weird.
green.
So they pick up our audio from your phone and so I can tell when we talk.
I can hear it. I can hear you on Discord. I can't hear you on.
Okay.
Alright, hang on a sec. I'm trying to figure out this audio issue. Sorry, I know you're pressed for time.
So if you mute yourself, but yours are mine.
Alright, Bill, can you hear us? Shit. Or better yet,
Deco and the AC, they can hear them. But my point was, if you mute yourself, you can hear us through our mics.
Yeah.
We can just hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he doesn't need to hear us.
Let me unmute you. Alright, Bill. Sorry about that. Can you hear us now? Sorry about that, Bill. Can you hear us now? Bill?
It looks like he's actually helping take me.
Alright, Bill. Sorry about that. Can you hear us now? Sorry about that, Bill. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, Bill?
Bill?
Hey, Bill, are you there? Damn it.
You're muted in Discord.
We heard him. We heard him now, so that's what we need, right?
No, your Discord. Okay, now. All right, can you hear us now? Can you hear us good now, Bill? I still think it's Discord related. I keep sounding that. All right, can you hear us now, Bill? Can you hear us?
You don't want to turn my volume on your speaker.
It's doing that on the live stream. You can't actually hear us in Discord? I'm telling you, I think your Discord settings.
It's set. You should be set to my mic.
Yeah. Changing that.
That's right.
Go to our chat.
Best to answer this one in chat.
Yeah. Okay. Show 'em. Well,
Sorry about that, guys. We'll get that going.
That's something to work on in the next future.
We thought we were ready for that, honestly.
It's something we haven't tried before. We thought it was easier, but apparently it's harder than it looks. Full transparency.
But anyways, so Bill, do you have plans on starting a 6M community? Like, are you willing to front that cost and do the pay to play? Like everyone else is going to have to pay to play, but your server itself is not going to see any profit from that, which we don't expect to see profit anyways. From what we currently have, hopefully we're not echoing since we're in Discord as well. Let us know if we have an echo. So, do you plan on doing a 6M community? And I believe we are quite a few years out from it. Like I said, like I don't think that it's going to just die out overnight. I think that we're going to. They can't shut it down due to intellectual property laws. So hopefully that's the thing, because that was a question to ask. Can they just shut us down? So we're going to try this on ice. We're going to try it on the rocks. We're going to do a double shot yet again.
Big surprise.
Or shenanigans. All right, Hunter. So, how do you feel about all this? Like, how do you feel about? Do you think that they're gonna make you connect your Rockstar account and things like that to the CFX account? Do you think it's gonna be more limited? Yes, 100%. We'll run a 6M community. I mean, I have no. I can't say I won't follow suit. Like, I mean, it's follow the leader with Bill a lot of the way.
So based on that answer right there, I'll pick up where he left off. I'll start it right there. Is I don't see why we shouldn't be able to just pick up with the next gen, is pretty much how I'll say it. Next gen being 6. It will take time though. It's nothing that's going to get rushed into. I don't see us just saying the next game's out, let's rush into it, because there's going to be bugs. We say that with the main game all the time. You see it with any new game that comes out. There's always bugs. And with them just now picking up the CFX, there's definitely going to be bugs. I can tell. Now they might have releases where there's bugs or patches that can fix those bugs, but it's going to be unstable to me. It's nothing certain. Is the best way to put it. I don't see us jumping right into it. No, I do see us sticking with 5M with what we have. I do, like you said, we will lose some numbers because people are going to be curious. I mean, hell, we might get curious at one point. We did with Saints Row.
Man, I'm still curious about Hogwarts. I still ain't jumped on that train.
I did buy that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go back to it, but it's definitely something we're not going to rush into. We always said that before with just regular games. Now that we have a community with 5M and stuff, it's nothing that we're going to say, "Oh, we're jumping to the next gen." No, we're going to stick to what we know, what works the best. So I mean, that's what I put it is. I would like to see us move up to the next gen. I would like to see something. I can upgrade to what we have right now.
Thanks for showing up, Paul. Hammy Games, appreciate you. I'm sure we'll talk after Patrol. I'll be there shortly.
Good to have you here, man. Sorry we took up so much time.
Yeah, we'll be better next time. We'll be better suited for this. Yeah. We got the New Year's stream, so we got to make sure we're prepared for that.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see us rushing into it. It's definitely something that we're going to look into. I do hope that it's going to be an upgrade to what we have now when it does release and comes out. Hopefully, it's no problem or issue. Because I would like to see more stuff that we're able to do.
So pretty much, you dev for me in 5M. Galaxy devs for me in 5M.
Yep.
Without you two, I wouldn't be where I sit at today. Polly wouldn't be where Polly sits at today. Thanks, Decoy NDA. I'll see you shortly, bud. See you later, old timer. We wouldn't be. Me and Polly wouldn't be where we sit at now without you two guys. Like, we lead the community that we run, but the dev work that you guys put in. So hopefully that will carry over into 6M. And that we'll have the same opportunities that we've had now. Galaxy custom writes a lot of scripts.
Yeah.
So I see that being a plus for us. He knows Lua, he knows Ruby, he knows lots of different codings. Java. He knows so many different coding aspects. I don't ever see that being a problem.
No.
Is it going to be a learning curve for you? Maybe.
Yeah. It depends on what it is. Yeah.
But, without you guys, if Polly's down to run a 6M community and is willing to be my right-hand man like he's been for the last few months, like Polly's been my right-hand man for a minute. Let's do it. We'll do it when it releases. We'll release the 6M community. We'll follow suit. We'll still be United Roleplay and
we'll do
it with having the parent server SAFR and still doing the same thing that we do now.
To me, it wouldn't be any different than we are with flashing lights. We have. I don't know if we still have it, but I know we had at one point. It was a flashing lights channel, and then we had.
I got rid of it.
But you know what I'm getting.
Me and Polly have talked about it. It's a lot of footwork to put in.
That's fair.
And it's having the dedicated time. Me personally, and I'll speak for Polly, even though Polly was the one that brought it up, was he was willing to kind of kill some time with 5M and go back to flashing lights to kind of do a little bit of recruiting. But after playing 5M, you're not really going to want to go back and play pretty much the 5M version dumbed down. You're not going to want to do that. Absolutely, we could do it, and me and Polly could get the numbers. We could get the turnout. It could happen.
It's all about testing.
I think we could grow our member count off of that. But I'm more for quality role play than quantity role play.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'd rather have the small patrols that we have, having the 10, 11, 12, upwards of 14 some nights. I'd rather have that and have the connections that we have with the people that we have, having the connections with SAFR and their player base, and then the player base that we have in United, doing the cross platform, or not cross platform, but cross community way that we run things. I would like to continue to see that happen over into 6M. Even 5M. I mean, I'd love to grow it and grow a bigger community.
Right. So with all that being said, my question would be to you right now would be, could you see that happening with the next gen? So say 6M, if that's what we're calling it. Would be like flashing lights with 5M.
So are they going to release the flashing lights too? Is that your question?
So say if 6M works up.
6M comes out, so is flashing lights 2 coming out here soon? Hey, you got a release date on that?
No, it's not Rockstar. Flashlights was a one game.
See, Flashlights is a one dev show. So.
Yeah. It's over with. It's just the one.
So he's not going to do a Flashlights 2. Have you talked to him? I'll get my dev to reach out to that one dev.
There we go. Let me hear back from him. I know. But
who says that I'm going to get you to reach out to him? I'm getting Galaxy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you let me know when you reach out to him. So my point though is
Flashlight 2 guys.
Nah.
Polly, to be honest, he wouldn't pay to play. You see, and that's where you get into like.
It's definitely a.
That's where you get into
like a disadvantage
as a community. as a community, being leaders of a community, literally, Polly, my second in command, says honestly he wouldn't pay to play. Now, think about this. That's a double cost for the server owner. That's I have to pay to play, but I also have to pay to run that gosh dang server. Think about that. Is I have to build the server, but I have to also pay a monthly fee to be able to play.
That's gonna be another thing. Is like you think that's gonna be connected to your already cost for 5M?
It's absolutely not going to be connected to it. Rockstar is going to be as money hungry as possible. They're going to nickel and dime you. Shark cards are going to be inside of 6M. That's going to happen.
There's gonna be ads and everything.
All the free DLCs and stuff that we get with 5M. Every time they do an update, and 5M's like, you know what, we can get you that update, and you get all the new cars, you get the casino, you get this, you get that.
Right.
That's not going to be a thing. It's unfortunate. That's not going to be a thing. I agree, Polly. I hate pay to play games.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing GTA Online. And people tell you like, well, if you just grind, you'll get there. Not really. Like I don't want to play the mini games. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. There's certain things I don't want to do. I'd rather do the role play. I'd rather play cops and robbers. Yeah. That's what we are. We're a cops and robbers role play community.
Yeah.
Both SAFR and United Roleplay. Literally, that's what we are. We're cops and robbers.
Right.
But on a more dynamic basis.
Yes.
We've got SOPs. We got rules that you have to follow.
Standards,
Did you know that I lifted the Civ tier? You're the Civ director. Did you know that I lifted the Civ tier?
You pretty much asked me for permission.
Yeah, I did ask you for permission.
I was going to say, so yeah, I pretty much know, yeah.
Join United Roleplay. A link will be in this video.
Yeah, we'll add it.
SAFR's link will be in this video.
What, all of our links, including our gaming links as well? Yeah.
Join the communities. I can get you whitelisted fairly quick into United. Now, keep in mind, the Civ tiers are lifted. But there's a reason for that. And do you know the reason I lifted it? Did I explain? Because I explained it to talk you into it. Because you were kind of skeptical, and you were like, you wrote that SOP.
Yeah,
you wrote the Civ tiers. So do you know why I lifted it?
So I will say this: I don't know why you lifted it. I do know that you come to me asking me if that was something I would agree to. But like I told you, when you asked me, my answer was if that's what you and the heads, which I know I'm a part of that, but.
The heads are me and Polly. Me and Polly had a conversation and said, "Hey, we think that this would enhance roleplay a little bit." We had members reaching out to us, and it's right. So if you think about it, you're not HA. You're community administration.
Right.
My wife is community administration. Shadows is community administration. There's 5 of us.
Yep.
And all 5 of us are exempt from Civ tiers.
Yeah.
So that means we can do whatever we want to when we run Civ.
But we still follow a certain
we
know
got,
what we want.
We've got tier 3, but we can do
we know
whatever we want to do.
We know that sweet
so
spot.
it got to a point that anyone that joined, we give them Civ tier 1. We were asking them to pretty much build their character from the ground up. So what I got to thinking about was, let's have a temporary lift. So this isn't a permanent lift.
Right.
The Civ tiers are going to come back. The bigger we get, that's when the Civ tiers are going to come back. So again, I did say I want quality role play over quantity role play. So I don't care for large numbers. But when the Civ tier is going to come back is when the numbers grow. We start to grow a little bit larger.
Right.
But right now, at this current point, I believe that I want to watch the role play. I want my head administration team. I want me and Polly to watch it. I want my community administration team. I want them to watch it and say, okay, these guys are doing really great in role play. And then once we implement back the Civ tiers, we give a reason and a why. We have channels within our Discords that only we can see. Head administration and community administration that only we can see. And we take notes of people's role play. We have forms and stuff to fill out. We have commendations. There's many things that go into all of this. So lifting the Civ tier, I think, was a good decision. It's I want to see how creative you can be. I want to see like where you're at. You can come in today. A new player can come in with us. Say we do a late night patrol tonight. After SAFR's patrol, we boot the server up and we say we're going to do a late night patrol. And you're in server. You're the Civ director, and Jess gets in as Civ Tier 1, even though I lifted it, you know that that's where she would have been with Civ Tier 1, and she role plays really great, and she had really great scenes the entire fucking night, and you're like, man, she was awesome. She had great stuff.
Potential, yeah.
She had great potential. All right, Hunter, you're Civ Director. Where would you put her? Well, we have a chat that says where you would put that person. Pretty much we have a ranking system of where you put that person.
Right. We all come together where we have like I said, ranking system. We say how.
But it's also the same with our LEOs.
Yeah.
Polly is our LEO director. So Polly is our LEO director, but we have department heads over BCSO, Highway, and PD.
Right.
Jess is actually over PD. So if she has officers, I'm still going to use her as an example. If she has officers that exceeded expectations, they were great on scenes, they didn't need an administrator to come. Because, how I am when I'm in server is I run sergeant over all departments.
Right.
I'm not a supervisor, but I can be a supervisor over it. Our philosophy is first on scene is over that scene. So even though if I come on a scene and I wasn't first on scene, I don't take over that scene. I'm going to let the player decide, the police officer decide how they want to run that scene, and then I'll give constructive feedback afterwards.
Yeah.
Like if needed.
Right.
If you did good, great. I'll give you a commendation. I appreciate it. You did great. I wouldn't have ran that scene any differently. I wanted to do the same thing with Civ tiers. Is I want to see your creativity. LEO side, you always have, even though we're a relaxed community, you always have to run to a full standard. So LEOs are always held to a higher standard. Like there's no such thing as a relaxed LEO.
Right.
I have shown what a relaxed LEO does in some of my videos.
Yeah.
I don't get as many views on my gaming videos as we do podcasts.
Yeah.
But if you watch back any of my live streams playing United, you'll see what a relaxed cop is. And I'm going to bullshit with the Civ, but I'm also going to create bullshit with the Civ.
Right.
I had pulled over Cosmetech one night and asked him, and me and you were a little bit, we're about 17 minutes over this podcast. We're not going to be much longer. But I had ran a scene with Cosmetech and told Cosmetech, I'd come up to him, he was a Los Santos downtown cab driver in the middle of Paleto Bay. And I was like, are you selling drugs out of your cab?
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
And he's like, what? I was like, well, you're a Los Santos county or Los Santos downtown cab, and you're up here in Toledo Bay. Your car legitimately says Los Santos. I was like, are you selling drugs? And he's like, why would you ask that? I was like, will you pop your trunk? And then it went. I'd asked him, do you know the connection to powdered sugar? I want to buy some powdered sugar. And he's like, oh, I get what you're getting at. He was like, you're on duty though. Yeah, but I want to buy some powdered sugar. And it had opened up more role play to where the civs were like, hey, I need more civs for this scene. And I like to run that dynamic to where LEO aren't creating the scene, but we can help you lead into another scene.
Right.
So a good example, and I wish I would have live streamed it last night, was we had a member of SAFR in, and he closely worked with LEO to create his scene, and ended up me pulling out an undercover cop, Lunatic Dave. Anyone in SAFR, or a couple of members of SAFR, but any member of United Roleplay knows who Lunatic Dave is. He's a security officer. Normally, that's normally what I play him as. But I played him as an undercover cop. But his aspirations were always to be a cop. So he has a background of wanting to be a cop. But last night I finally made him to where he was a cop. Which was kind of strange for character development. Even in a relaxed setting, we do have character development.
Right.
Your characters do grow, because that's another thing is that like people think with relaxed role plays that it's going to be a one hit thing.
Yeah.
That like boom, I'm going to bring this character in and he's probably going to die tonight and relaxed, and then I'm just going to have to create another character. That's not me. I want to bring him back. I don't want to die. And, like that's not my aspirations is to die.
Right.
Same thing with you. Probably you have multiple characters. You have characters that came. You're a bad example though because you dev'd for so long in 5M that you haven't actually got. I only remember you coming in the server one time in RP into 5M. But you have flashing lights characters that you ported over to play on 5M already. So you have characters on standby.
I think I got to recreate them, but yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
You won't have to recreate those characters.
Okay. So yeah, I mean they're still there. Yeah. My goal was to create about.
You have a Citizens FX account or Citizens FX folder within your 5M.
CFX.
No, not CFX. Okay, whatever. But you have a Citizens folder. So that ports over to any server in 5M that you go into. So you go into SAFR tonight if you wanted to, and could play a Civ and could pull one of those characters out and build from that.
Yeah.
Now SAFR, they are a more serious RP community, and you're going to have to do your Civ tiers.
Right.
That is what it is. That's the way they like to run things. I don't mind the way they run things. The way that when we made the agreement on what we do with the patrol schedule and stuff. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are SAFR nights. Tuesdays, Thursdays are URP nights, and that's to give everyone a break from serious, relax.
Right.
So they can bring their characters in. Most of them run Civ anyways. They can bring those characters in and play in a different structure and expect a different outcome.
Yeah.
I've had many of live streams of LEO versus Civ, and it's normally SAFR Civ versus URP LEO. Great aspect. I don't want to go.
Now, I was going to ask you a question, like off of not of that topic, but just kind of change over. Would it be? It's pretty much your favorite topic to change it over. Is
are we going there?
yeah.
So we're about to end this thing.
So I want to ask you:
Can we clean glasses? We haven't done that tonight. You're a little bit. You're way.
He knows I like Jameson. It's my fault.
We didn't do it on the shot, and it bugged me. But I'm going to point it out. I want to clean glasses and hit the table. We didn't do that.
No, that. So my question to you would be, what new game have you started playing? Me and you both know the new game.
I got one. I've only got one.
Yeah, because I feel like we ought to talk about it because we haven't talked about it.
So we'll both just say what the game is at the same exact time, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, Among Us.
Yeah.
You want me to go first? You asked the question, so I have to go first. Great. I enjoy it. I didn't think I would enjoy it, honestly. Till I downloaded it, played it.
Yep.
Playing it in VC and knowing the people. So this is where community comes into play. So playing this game. Let me acknowledge a comment real quick. Polly said they make it to where you don't have to be good at the game. You can just buy best shit. Yes, that's true. We're not going to go back to 5M, 6M. We're not going to go back to that. The other comment was GTA Online grinding is stupid. Pay to win is everything, including mobile games, War Robots. Maybe I don't know what War Robots is. War Robots was fun, but grinding it out was a joke. So maybe he spent money on that game. I'm not entirely sure. Good to see you, William. Glad you're in the audience. But Among Us was something that I didn't think I was going to enjoy. I absolutely thought it was going to be a horrible game. It was actually better than what I thought it was. So I played Town of Salem too.
Yeah.
It's similar to Among Us, but with Town of Salem 2, it's free on Steam, but you can only play 5 rounds for free. It's similar to how that works, but you don't get to move around like you do on Among Us. So you don't have the tasks and stuff like that. You're literally just guessing on who it is.
Yeah.
So what I like about the community playing this game, because we made it a community game,
right,
is we're all in VC. We know each other well enough that anyone can tell who's bullshitting.
Yeah.
Something I didn't like, I'll give a dislike, was I live streamed it.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy may be on this live stream watching this right now. And it irritated the hell out of me. Was I gave enough trust in the live stream to say, okay, I invited you to the game. I shared my game code. I said, join up with us. And you metagame.
Yeah.
You literally metagame. And you were so dumb about metagaming that
you had 3 people.
You did not mute my live stream. I could hear my live stream in the background.
3 of us heard it.
And I ignored it for a couple of rounds.
I actually thought it was somebody else. I had somebody pegged for it.
I absolutely. You had someone else pegged, not the person doing it.
Not metagaming wise, but you have moderators.
I do have moderators. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You thought Shadows had it running in the background.
Yeah, just moderators. Nothing.
And he was just watching the live chat.
Just had it running.
Yeah. Some Shadows would do.
Shadows.
Shadows is probably one of my number 1 moderators for sure.
Yeah.
But metagaming, this dude was so dumb that he left it, and we all started paying attention to who's lighting up in Discord. Like, we all got quiet. He joined the Discord. I don't know if that's how you figured it out.
I didn't.
But I'm pretty sure that's how me and Shadows figured it out. was he was lighting up in Discord. He got that green ring around him, and it was like, okay, guys, hey, I'm in this live stream, and I gave him a couple of rounds, thinking, okay, maybe he will like catch on and will end the live stream.
Yeah.
Like, stop watching the fucking video. You're in the game with us. You're here in the VC. Learn poker face.
Yeah.
Like, literally, we have poker face in voice.
And what got me is that every time you were the imposter, he knew it 100%.
It drove
Called
me
you out.
nuts.
Yeah.
And I got called out so many times, and y'all would follow suit because of it.
But we stopped after a while.
And y'all did stop, and I still was the imposter, but it still takes the fun out of it.
Oh, yeah. 100%,
Because
yeah.
I always play, no matter if I'm the imposter or crewmate, is I'm gonna start doing my taxes.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is at the beginning of every round it says, if you're a crewmate, begin your task. And I say, okay, it's time for me to do my taxes, and that it's just a thing.
I get you.
And it just drove me insane that you couldn't have enough trust. Now, Fall Guys isn't that bad because that's another one that we play.
Yeah.
Fall Guys isn't that bad if you're still watching the live stream. But playing a game like Among Us, stop watching my live stream. If I invite you into the game and I bring you in and I bring you into my fucking Discord at that.
Yeah.
So like me and Ace are the two top administrators. Or it's me, you, Ace, Polly, Goose.
Yeah.
That's the fucking squad. Piss the squad off.
Oh, no.
Piss the squad off. And you're probably going to be out. He's still sitting in that Discord.
Yeah.
And he has asked when we're going to do another live stream. I'm not going to do another live stream and let you in to that live stream. I've since then decided I can look at my code and I'll put it out to the squad, but tread lightly. You know, so I'm gonna let you talk about the game. Are you down for a shot?
Yes. He
We'll
knows.
end
He knows I like Jameson. He knows I'm down.
So we'll end the live stream with a shot.
Yeah. So what he's getting though, Among Us, it was definitely a change up between Fall Guys. Fall Guys, if you haven't watched our live streams for that, definitely go watch them. BB here is definitely the person to go watch the live streams for.
Shadows actually Twitch
Oh, really?
live streams those. So
Right here, folks. Watch out for Shadows.
So I have no idea if Shadows is watching this live stream. Shadows has not moderated this live stream at all yet. I'm sure he's probably in patrol. Hang on, I'll tell you if he's in patrol. Jess, are you patrolling tonight? Shadows is not there. We're actually about to have to end this.
Yeah, Shadows is your go-to person when you moderate.
But what do you like about it?
So with Among Us, it's definitely different from Fall Guys. Fall Guys to me was skill based. There's nothing for you to cheat with, Whereas Among Us it's almost like a skill based, but it's more like a poker face, as BB said. And can you bullshit your way out of a decision?
The way we play it is poker face.
Yeah. BB knows me, like, I don't talk. So when I'm the imposter, I still don't talk.
We're going to start doing a private lobby to where we don't have that public. We're just going to do 5, 6.
Yeah, we should have just.
And then we'll do the live stream to where, like, if they want to join, we'll just add them into the private lobby instead of doing a public one like we've been doing.
Yeah, we have enough of us, I think, to play it to be all right.
Yeah. It'll just be one imposter at a time.
I think we could probably do. It depends on availability.
The way Among Us works is you have to have so many to have 2.
Yeah.
So I think you have to have 6 people to have 2 imposters, or maybe it's 8 people.
I think we probably pull 10 people.
But yeah, we can absolutely. Steve actually got among us because of it. Steve started playing with us.
So I mean, I asked him the question because we have started playing it and stuff. It's definitely something new to us, but it's something that I think will stick around for a little bit. That's the reason I brought it up.
It's kind of like prop hunt.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Me and you were stuck on prop hunt, and that was just me and you.
So when you say prop hunt, you mean prop and seek?
Prop and seek.
Okay,
my bad.
No,
prop and seek. So it was that same way with prop and seek,
Yeah.
to where it was like a me and you thing, but we've added people into it, and have gotten people into playing it, and it's a free game.
Free.
So
prop and seek.
So it's free on Steam. You can play it with us. I recommend spending the $10.
I was just saying money.
Spend the $10 and get the extra spin. Get a rocket launcher, grenade, or
Jetpack.
whatever it is, jetpack. All of that. Get all of that. Because people bitch about like you spend money on a free game. No, I spent money to get perks in the free game, and it made my experience in the game a little bit more better than yours, apparently, because I got to hide a little bit better, and I lasted longer than you did, and that's what she said.
And this is not something that you pay for just separate perks or whatnot. This is a full package. Like once you pay the $10, you pretty much get the full game.
Yes.
Getting that. So yeah, why not?
Support the creators because they haven't updated the gosh dang game.
I'm glad you said that.
What? That's why people stop updating games because it's a one-man show. They're making this game. They made a great game.
Yeah, 100%.
But they had made it free, and they put all this time in, and the only pay-to-play that they put in was if you want to exceed in the game, do this. But they stopped updating the game because they didn't have the player count.
I mean, they made it free.
It sucks for that.
They made it free.
That game has great turnout still.
To be honest, I know we're on the Tom right now, but to be honest, if it wasn't free, I think it would have worked out better for them. Because it was free, they lost a lot into it, so they couldn't do a whole lot of updates. And for the ones that actually paid to play, that little $10 percentage,
You're the hated.
Yeah.
You're the hated.
We are the hated, but like he said, it's only like what,
literally,
3 or 4
Literally,
upgrades?
Hunter, you can vouch for this. I don't use my rocket launcher in that game until the last 30 seconds. And I have to know exactly where you're at for me to homage onto you and be like, I'm going to shoot you with my rocket launcher just because I can.
So the only reason why I got it was to get that extra
extra spin.
Yes.
Because you get a prop that's on that map with the second spin.
The third. You get 2 spins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so anybody who hadn't played, you get 3 spins. You only get 1 if you're a new person who hadn't paid anything. But there's 3 other spins, and the first one, it could be a random, which means nothing tied to the map. The third spin, I believe, is something that is tied to the map.
And it can be big or small, and normally you're not going to shoot for something big.
But, I mean, you only get 3
choices.
choices.
I have done big shit.
Yeah.
And you've done big shit.
Like I said, you only get 3 choices if you go that route. The second option, though, is random as well.
So we've hit a lot of topics.
Yeah.
This was, I think, probably outside of technical difficulties, the 10 minutes that we had technical.
What I like about it is going back to the roots. We haven't had a guest. We try to get somebody pulled in for audio, but I mean, other than that, we didn't expect a guest.
We probably could have had a guest tonight. I didn't want to go last minute and try to pull somebody out of the hat.
Yeah.
I think we needed this. I think we needed to just show face and go back to the roots and say, hey.
We literally said at the beginning that we try to do this way early on, and something that we just kind of got carried away with our guests, which we love our guests.
Hey, I appreciate you attending 2 Drunks in a Bottle.
I'm glad to be here.
You're only a main host.
I know, right? I'm glad to be here.
You're not going to tell it back to me?
Cheers. Cheers to everybody out there watching.
Love you guys. Till next time. I'm BB.
I'm Hunter. Have a good one.